Step outside, take a deep breath, and prepare to be astounded because right in the very air you breathe lies a captivating world of atmospheric wonders. So buckle up and get ready to experience nature's breathtaking show, where the very air becomes a canvas for the extraordinary, and the boundaries between science and magic blur into a symphony of wonderment. Atmospheric phenomena occur constantly and in many forms. From rain to tornadoes, the phenomena generated in the layers of air around and above us often affect our lives, whether for good or for bad. However, some atmospheric events remain hidden for most people, being so exceptional that even science struggles to explain them. Here are such 10 most intriguing events that could happen. 1. Positive superbolts. Normal lightning can contain 1 billion volts. Now imagine a lightning bolt 1,000 times more powerful than normal ones. Well, there you have a basic idea of what a superbolt is, possibly the most powerful lightning on Earth. And just as it is one of the most powerful, it is also one of the rarest. After its discovery, it was stated that 5 superbolts occur for every 10 million instances of common lightning. Superbolts were first detected in the 1970s when satellites in orbit recorded big electric discharges on the Pacific Ocean. Superbolts are a kind of lightning that originates in storms with positive electric charges. This is already different from normal lightning, which is formed with negative charges. But 2. Ocean-sucking hurricanes. In September 2017, the inhabitants of the Bahamas were surprised when they saw that the ocean in front of them had suddenly disappeared. All that remained was kilometers of dry seabed, as far as the eye could see. A few days later, the same thing happened along the coasts of Florida, where the water unexpectedly began to recede. The reason behind this strange event was Hurricane Irma, one of the most powerful hurricanes ever recorded. In the eye, or the center of the storm, the atmospheric pressure was so low that the hurricane worked like a vacuum cleaner over the ocean. Thus, the storm absorbed seawater, accumulating it in its inner walls while it continued to advance. A small part of the ocean was dragged into the sky by the storm, and after a few days, the water was quickly returned to the seabed. 3. Crown flashes. Let's move to the state of Indiana to see another magnificent phenomenon. In June 2015, a small-time YouTuber was biking across the outskirts of Greenwood City. Suddenly, he saw in the sky what seemed to be a light between the clouds, moving from one place to another as if someone were there playing with a flashlight. The YouTuber, nicknamed Quadim13, immediately recorded the event and uploaded it to the web. Conspiracy theories did not take long to appear, but soon, everything was clarified with some scientific explanation. The dancing light seen in the sky is a phenomenon known as a crown flash. Crown flashes are similar to another type of skylight called a sundog, the result of ice crystals in the air refracting sunlight. But unlike sundogs, crown flashes are dynamic lights which rotate and change their shape constantly. When lightning disturbs the electric field between the clouds, floating ice crystals realign with each discharge. As these crystals work as a lens that refracts sunlight, each time the crystals rotate, the beam of light also spins and moves, resulting in a crown flash. 4. Meteor's bloody rain. In Egypt in the year 30 BC, there were showers of blood mingled with water, while comets were observed in the heavens. In AD 1017, a comet was seen in the sky of France for 4 months, and in the same year, it rained blood. In July 2001, red rain fell on Kerala in India after locals reported having witnessed a meteor airburst in the sky. As we can see, there are at least 2 points that these and similar stories have in common. On the one hand, the peculiar rains that fell on those occasions had an aspect like that of blood. And on the other hand, such rains were preceded by sightings of meteors or comets in the sky. 5. Dry microbursts. Microbursts are a type of wind current with great strength and short duration. This wind current descends vertically from storm clouds. When it hits the ground, it expands in all directions at around 160 kilometers per hour, 100 miles per hour, with very destructive power. Microbursts are so harmful that many people who were victims of the phenomenon believed at first that they had been hit by a tornado. Microbursts originate when large clouds, usually cumulonimbus, enter a dry and cold air mass. This causes the ice crystals in the clouds to melt and cool the surrounding air. When cooled, this air goes down to the surface at high speed, often accompanied by abundant rain. While this type of microburst, aptly called a wet microburst, is easier to locate by the rain it carries, There is another type of current that is more undetectable and therefore more lethal, a dry microburst. 6. Megatsunamis. We all know tsunamis, giant waves caused by seismic movements. But an earthquake is not the only thing capable of causing tsunamis. There is an atmospheric phenomenon with the capacity to cause very large and destructive waves, properly called meteor-tsunamis. These waves should not be confused with storm surges, another type of wind-driven water phenomenon. Meteor-tsunamis are a rare type of natural force which occurs when severe storm fronts cause differences in air pressure over the bodies of water. For this reason, a large wave is generated, which will move at the same speed as the storm. 7. Antimatter storms. From Star Trek to Angels and Demons, countless films and science fiction works use antimatter as a main element in their plots. And antimatter also exists in the real world in the form of a substance with a charge opposite to that of ordinary matter. The result is that when antimatter touches regular matter, both substances disintegrate violently and release a large amount of gamma rays in the process. These antimatter explosions could become our most powerful energy source, but unfortunately, creating antimatter is very expensive. However, we now know that antimatter seems to be a very common substance, and it is not necessary to go to another planet to find it. Scientists know that lightning releases significant amounts of gamma rays. So in 2015, a team from the University of Kyoto placed several gamma ray detectors on the coasts of their country. 8. Megacreonteers. Imagine you are walking your pet and you hear a strange noise that makes you look up to the sky. You see a big block of ice come crashing to the ground, leaving a large crater. That is what happened to a resident of Cape Coral, Florida, in June 2017. The cause of the strange event was an unusual natural phenomenon with the fancy name of megacreonteer, although it is better known as a chunk of ice that falls from the sky. Megacreonteers are huge ice stones with the same chemical composition as hail, although they are different from the latter. Megacreonteers can weigh hundreds of kilograms, like an ice block of 200 kilograms, 440 pounds, that fell in Brazil. No storm in the world can create such large hailstones. 9. Bright nights. Over the centuries, there have been times when the night sky was so bright that visibility was almost as good as during the day. In some cases, a person was able to read a book in the middle of the night or see objects hundreds of meters away, even without moonlight. For example, there are accounts from the 1st century BC about a nocturnal sun high in the sky. From the 18th to 20th centuries, stories about bright nights were repeated several times. Some theories have been proposed to explain these phenomena, from meteors to auroras, although none was sufficiently consistent with the records. Now, scientists seem to have found the answer. 10. Little black holes. Ball lightning is one of the most mysterious atmospheric phenomena in science. Although more than 10,000 instances of ball lightning have reportedly been seen around the world, scientists still cannot agree on what this phenomenon is. Most events have been reported as luminous spheres that move at ground level and disappear after a few seconds. Explanations for this phenomenon range from simple Arctic weird. Well, it is about to get weirder. One theory states that ball lightning is black holes. As we conclude this captivating exploration of the 10 most intriguing atmospheric events that could unfold near you, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The sky above us is an ever-changing canvas capable of painting breathtaking scenes of wonder and awe. From the mesmerizing dance of the northern lights to the ominous beauty of a tornado, from the enigmatic glow of ball lightning to the ethereal charm of a sun halo, the atmosphere holds within it a symphony of natural phenomena that both inspire and astound. If you found our video informative, kindly subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on our videos.